What up YouTube, you're by the Flying Spinner here. Today we have a model airport update, and as you can see it's the UK version. So today's airport we have, what we got? Not really any new models as such. Maybe I think one of the 787s is the Phoenix version, so that's kind of new. Operations has resumed, as said in the last one. It's kind of morning time, around quarter to 9 I think. We've got one new, actually we have got something new. We've got a new route, or an old route that's kind of been retaken over. So we'll get to that when we get to the aircraft. But yeah, not really too much going on. Just quite a nice little update we got going. So we're going to start off as we usually do. I'm just going to have a little read of the schedule that I've got, just to double check that I've got all the aircraft. Right. So, starting off, just arriving in, 2-3 in use today. We've got the BA A320 Neo that's coming in from Heathrow, doing the shuttle. So they'll be down, and it's quite a quick turn, considering BA for the lunchtime flight. There's quite a long turnaround for the shuttle. Next up, we've got Wizz Air A321 Neo. So beforehand, Wizz were normally only in the evenings. They're kind of now spread throughout the day, which is quite good because I do like seeing Wizzes on the board. This aircraft's arriving in from Budapest. Then we got the Geminijets Virgin 787. This aircraft arrived in from Heathrow earlier this morning. Went on to a remote stand because there are no other stands available, and is just going, once the Wizz passes, be pushed back and towed to stand 1. That aircraft will be heading out to Orlando, so it's quite nice having an Orlando route back, like the first time really, since I've been doing updates kind of. Yeah. Then we've got a Cafe 350, it's down for, arrived in the morning on remote and goes out later, kind of start of the afternoon. And we got Singapore A350, this aircraft's just down, and he's on a turn. So for some reason I thought the Singapore state laid over for a bit, but it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it just stays on stand and is on like a 3-4 hour turnaround, so it doesn't tow as such. Yeah, that's heading to Singapore. Then this Virgin 787, it's down and will be heading over to Heathrow soon. So for a maintenance check, these two aircraft will be swapping over. So this aircraft arrived in from Islamabad earlier, and of course would have been operating to Orlando, but the other one's replacing it while that one goes down onto check. So I haven't really set out much GSE. I've just noticed, I say that because I've just noticed some GSE I've left on the board. And some tape bar could be moved. Yeah. And for the first time since them being in storage, we have a TUI 787. So I'm going to get the side of the light. TUI 787, this aircraft arrived in from Puerto Vallarta, or PVR I think it's called, and is heading out to Cancun. So they're pretty much, well, one 78's fully operational, the other one is kind of operational, I say. Yeah, it's nice to have them back, nice to have a bit of blue, and of course kind of like all the based airlines are operating as they do normally really, so that's good news. Next up we've got a Delta A330-200, as like kind of the old one. They've sent us an old dog from it. This has arrived in from Atlanta and we'll be heading back out there shortly. Then this is kind of the new route, so Aer Lingus have taken over the Flybe Belfast route. This operates twice a day, one in the morning, so at this time, and then one about 6ish. So you might see, well, when Aer Lingus UK kicks in with their Orlando, Barbados and New York flights, you're going to be seeing a lot of green kind of in the mornings, which I suppose is quite nice. It's another change, another airline to add. Then just on remote stand, heading out in a few hours, this aircraft arrived in from Fuerteventura earlier in the morning, and is heading out to, where are you going? Departing to Varadero? I don't have TUI operating Varadero, I have to check. Oh well, they are for the case of this update. Then just being serviced, not long to go before it goes. We've got a KLM 737-700 operating Amsterdam. Then onto another remote stand. Arrived kind of, I think it was yesterday evening. We got a Malaysian A350, and it's down for the night, and then departs off in probably about 2 hours time. This aircraft is operating to Kuala Lumpur. So arrived in from Chicago earlier, well, kind of right dead early in the morning. We've got a cargo lock 747-400 in the retro scheme. This aircraft is heading to Luxembourg. Then we have the morning American 787-8. This aircraft is doing JFK. Then just lining up, we've got the Qatar A350 in the One World scheme, operating to Doha. And finally, we've got the United 777-300. This aircraft's normally operates to San Fran or Houston, but today it's on the, where's it coming from? Oh, it is on the Chicago. On the Chicago flight. So I really want to try and get United 76, but they are really expensive at the moment, especially the new scheme, because they are still operating the 76, which I didn't realise, for the transatlantic routes, which is good because it's a really nice one to have around. So I'm going to get my old United 76 from out the box and kind of introduce it back into updates, because there's loads of them around Heathrow. It's kind of crazy the amount United are still operating. But yeah, that pretty much sums up for the update. I hope you've enjoyed it and have a very good weekend. I shall see you in the next one. Adios and goodbye.